I filmed him earlier this summer. He's one of my main target bucks. I call him Splits. He's got a split brow tine. It's a real nice 9-point. That, and there's another buck that's kind of been popping up once in a while out of this same corner. I'm set up 25 yards off the corner, and so I'm either after Splits or the big 7-point. Both of them are mature bucks, and I'm hoping that one of them slips up tonight early on in the season and I can punch a buck tag early. Where these bucks are bedding is directly to the east of me, and I got an east-northeast wind tonight, so everything's kind of working in my favor tonight, and I'm really just kind of keeping my fingers crossed that I might be able to get a shot at one of these deer. Alright folks, well, it's Monday, October 3rd. Just got out of work and popped over to my grandparents' property, got in the stand, got set up. It'll be my first sit tonight over the food plot that my roommate Tyler and I planted. Food plot looks pretty good. There's a lot of rye and a lot of brassicas. Rye's kind of fallen over the top of the brassicas, and the brassicas have been eaten down, topped pretty well by the deer. Definitely been a lot of deer activity on camera here in the food plot, does and fawns every single day, and the occasional buck coming through. I got 2 of them that are potential shooters, but I kind of got to get a better look at them, maybe some more pictures down the road as the season rolls on, and get a better look at them to decide if they're shooters or not. There's definitely potential that they could be, but I got to see them in person and kind of make that call. So looking to maybe fill a doe tag tonight, kind of see how the evening goes and what pops out in the plot, and hopefully, Lord willing, I can get a shot at something if I choose to take one. And yeah, really looking forward to a great night, God's creation, and spending time in the forest. Just had a doe and 2 fawns come by at about 20-25 yards, and came out. The fawns were running around playing in the field, and then they made their way into the woods to the north. So got about an hour and a half shooting light left. Hopefully some more deer start to filter through. So far, it's been a pretty good first sit of the year at grandparents' property. Had 5 does come through shortly after that doe and fawns came through, and I'm pretty sure the doe with the fawns met up with the other 2 big does, and that totaled 5 deer as they came back past me. They walked all the way past me, and then the neighbor started cutting something with what sounded like a skill saw or a table saw, and they kind of got a little spooky and turned around and went up towards the north. I got about 15-20 minutes of shooting light left, and yeah, I'm gonna sit tight the rest of the night and see if anything else pops by, but pretty sure that's gonna be the conclusion of the evening. Alright, it's Sunday, October 9th. Just got settled in for the evening sit at my grandparents' property here. Really looking forward to the sit tonight. It's a little bit breezy, but still kind of riding the tail end of this cold front and the tail end of the full moon. We'll see if there's any movement tonight. I'd really like to try and fill a doe tag to start restocking the freezer for the coming year. But this morning my grandpa did say that a really nice 8-point
Alright, well, here she lays. First deer down for me of 2022. Got to finally break in my RX-7 tonight and spend some quality time in God's creation, just enjoying nature, being out here and spending time. I mean, nothing beats it for me. I just am thankful for every minute that I get to spend in the tree stand chasing these whitetails, and this deer's going to go a long way to feed the family for this winter and into next year. So first one down, hopefully a few more to come.
Well, it is Friday, October 7th, and Mike and I came down to the farm today. We've been doing a few things around the farm, but we are ready to take a stand. It is a beautiful day. We've got a slight cold front coming through today, and we got a straight north wind for the stand we're heading for. So it's a good spot. I'll kind of maybe recap that when I get up there, but we're gonna go ahead and head up to the stand right now. So hopefully we'll have a good hunt today. We'll see what happens. Well, it's a little after 4 o'clock and we just got settled into our stand. We had to do just a little bit of trimming. We haven't been in this tree yet this year, so this is our first set, and we are excited to be up here. We are in one of our favorite spots. We're on the north end of our farm, and we've got a small harvest plot out in front of us. We've got clover oats and some winter wheat that we seeded, I don't know, it's been a couple months ago, I guess now. We finally got some rain, and so it's growing, so we're excited about that. But this is a spot that we've come to the last several years. We've had some really good hunts. Matt Hoffert's had some good hunts out of this tree, and I've had some good hunts out of this tree. So this time in October, when you have some cold fronts that come through, the deer do usually move pretty well, and they feel safe out on this harvest plot in front of us. So straight to the north of us, we've got a lot of bedding, about 42 acres of solid timber of bedding cover. And so we're hoping that, once they get out of their beds, they'll feed out onto this harvest plot and then come by us going out into the larger ag fields behind us. So, but we've got a straight northwest wind. It is the perfect conditions, clear, and just a nice steady breeze blowing our scent back over the big ag field here. So this is exactly what we want. This is, we're excited to be here. One thing different this year maybe than other years is, quite honestly, we don't know exactly what is here. We've had some cameras out, but we've been having trouble finding bucks back from last year. So we're just gonna have to sit tight and see what happens, and maybe just have to make a game time decision depending on what comes out. So earlier today when we got here, we spent some time checking trail cams, pulled a few cards on the south end of the farm. And we didn't want to come up here, obviously, because we were going to hunt here. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Micah gave me a ride down to one of our cameras on a gate down on the south end on the tractor. So we didn't have to put any ground set down. So kind of a creative way of checking cameras. So, but anyway, sit tight. We are excited to be here. I'm excited. My son Mike is with me today, and he's filming. So this is pretty cool just to be out here with him. So we'll see what happens. It's 5:30, and we just had about 5 or 6 does out in front of us for the last hour. So our plot in front of us here is greened up nice, so the does are coming out to it. Hopefully here in a little bit, maybe we'll have a couple bucks come and check. We've got a couple scrapes right here in front of us at like 10 yards, another scrape at about 23 yards. So we're hoping maybe they come down and check those scrapes and have an opportunity for a good shot. So we'll see. It's an awesome night. It's just so awesome out. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully we'll have something to bring to you. Quarter after 6, and we've probably got another 45 minutes to an hour to hunt, and then we're going to be done. It was pretty neat. We just had a little 1.5-year-old buck come out right here beside us, real quiet. Came out in front of us here and made a scrape at about 20 yards, and walked down the plot, made another scrape. So that's really neat to see. It's cool when you see, deer doing just natural movements. And I don't know, the only thing I really have to say is this: everybody kind of has their favorite spot and their reasons for it. And one reason for this spot, I think, that makes it really good is we're up really high. Not just in the tree, but actually on the farm. This is one of the highest spots on the farm, and so when we get a north-northwest wind with this plot out in front of us, the wind gets down on the plot and blows right across it. And our wind is just so true. Everything out in front of us doesn't know we're here. We're in a really thin fence line with ag field behind us, timber, and a pretty good sized plot in front of us. So the wind gets down on the plot, blows across, and they just can't smell us. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. That's all I have. I hope, I don't know if we'll have any more action to bring to you. If we don't come back to the camera, we really appreciate you hanging with us. This is my first night in the tree, my first night hunting, and hopefully we'll have some action, but if not, hopefully we'll have some more action this season. We'll see what happens. Thanks a lot for watching Outreach Outdoors on Midwest Whitetail. One thing that I forgot to mention is that when we pulled cards today, we had a little bit of time to look at what was on them. And there's one deer that looks a lot like G3 from last year. I don't think it's him, unfortunately. G3's tips, his main beam tips, they always almost crossed in the middle. This bucks don't do that, but other than that, really similar rack, short G2s, short brow tines, pretty narrow, so similar genetics, but he looks like possibly a mature deer, so I'm gonna have to look through last year's pictures and see if we can figure out which deer he is, possibly try to determine his age a little bit better. And then there's one bigger deer, mature deer looks like to me, on the south end of the farm. He's got a big 5-point side, and his other side's a little bit smaller. I don't think quite as many points. So neither of those deer are daylighting by our cameras at least. So chances are they may not be living on this farm, but as we get closer to the end of October and November, they may show up, so we'll just have to see. So anyway, 2 bucks that look pretty decent anyway after our first card pull, here in October. So hopefully we'll have some action with those deer. Be able to bring you some video of them, try to age them a little bit better. So once again, we really appreciate you watching Outreach Outdoors on Midwest Whitetail, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Well, it's the afternoon of October 7th, and to say that I've been waiting for this day for a long time would be an understatement. This is the first day that my 11-year-old son Elliott is out with a bow. He's pretty determined to get one with his bow this year, so we finally were able to make it out today. We made sure this morning that his bow was still on and he was shooting it really, really well. We just got permission to hunt this piece. It's about 20 acres. We got about 2.5 hours left to light. We got a pretty sweet setup. There's acorns everywhere, so hopefully these deer will be filtering through this area and Elliott can get a shot.
Well, the sun's getting ready to set. It's getting dark in the timber, and if we see anything else, I'll show it to you. But if not, thanks for watching.